Mhm. Hello, everyone. This is Tony Lawson, co-founder and CEO of SHOPPE BLACK. Today, I'm joined by Keziah Njuguna, the founder of Empathy Algorithm, a digital health tech company that helps home health agencies and providers streamline and improve all their admin tasks via a mobile app. Is that correct?
Yes.
All
Yes,
right.
it is.
Awesome.
Yeah. And we're in the elder care and the disability care field. So our aim is to revolutionize the caregiving process using technology.
Awesome. And what inspired you to start the business that's, in the home health and elderly care, disability care field?
So my background is in aeronautical engineering, and when I was in school at the University of Central Missouri, I realized that my circle of friends at the time, and I guess this is just a social aspect, they were mostly women of color, and most of them are caregivers, either as a career or as something that they were doing as they were in school. And it just piqued my curiosity. Being an immigrant from Kenya, we take care of the elderly in a different way. We're a more social kind of setup, and I was curious about it. The more I learned about it, the more I started noticing the differences in the care delivery process from one caregiver to the next. And I guess the scientific curiosity in me just wanted to figure out how can we define good quality of care, how can we quantify good quality of care, how can we replicate that good quality of care so that it is the same across the board regardless of who's delivering it.
Right. No, that makes sense. So what are some of the stats that attracted you to the industry? And I know you also have some opportunities that you provide that would help other people create their own elderly, home care provider business as well.
Yes. So currently, and before I even get into the stats, all of us are going to get old at some point, God willing. When you look at aging, for me, it's not such a removed concept because I'm looking at my parents. I'm looking at myself, at my spouse, at the people that I know and that I love. But from a stat perspective, there are 10,000 people turning 65 every day. That translates to over 2.5 million people in a year. And looking at those numbers, compounded in the next 20, 30 years, it becomes a very large number. Currently in the United States, there are 5.8 million people with Alzheimer's. That's expected to triple in the next 40 years. So we're looking at big numbers. If you look at stats from Medicare, for example, they spent 277. The informal care process in the elder care industry in 2015 was valued at about $277 billion. So we're talking about large amounts here, but also looking from the perspective of the care delivery process. Most of the people giving that care are women of color, women to be specific. I'm sure as a woman of color myself, I know several people who are CNAs, people who work in nursing homes. How does that translate to this communities in terms of upward mobility, in terms of job satisfaction? So it's an area that I think is lucrative, that has a lot of potential, but not just from an individual perspective, but from a community perspective as well.
Right. Okay. So tell us about your plans to help others create their own home health business.
So I have been in this business for about 10 years now, and I think one of the biggest issues that are there is how big of a learning curve there is from the inception of the company to where you start getting clients. And once you get those clients, how do you maintain um, uh, getting clients, and how do you grow? So I want to be able to transfer the knowledge that I have learned over time at no cost to others who would want to get into this field. So I would urge your viewers, whoever's seeing this, you could subscribe to our blog, empathyalgorithm.com. I want to be sharing tips on what I've learned. I want to share, the little details that you do not learn from a book, that you would only learn if you were an agency owner or a caregiver. But also for established businesses, I would like to show them what I've learned in terms of lessening the amount of time spent on administrative tasks, strengthening the roots and the relationships of the people they've dealt with in the past to grow their business today and moving forward. So I believe that we have a little bit of something for everybody that wants to get in this space and to grow and to learn.
Sure. What is some information that you think that is not common knowledge when it comes to setting up your own home health business, that resources or information that you have that you can provide that people may not already know about?
So one of the things that I have found over time that has really helped is from a person who is looking for an agency for their significant other or for their family, is the reassurance that their perspective will be considered when it comes to the care delivery process. A lot of people think that, the caregiving process is just getting a warm body to somebody and giving them a shower. But that's not the case. A lot of the times when especially dealing with people who are not able to express their needs, a simple concept like dimming the lights or making a room warmer can really make the difference of starting a day at a good footing with somebody who has cognitive issues or not. And the family members seeing you take those small extra steps and the details of talking to them and engaging them in the care delivery process to be the difference that makes them recommend you as a business to somebody else that they know or not.
Great. And why did you come up with a mobile app for agencies as opposed to, I guess, doing it through your website platform that way?
So yeah, we actually have both. We have the web portal, but we also have 3 apps on Google Play and on the App Store. Okay. We have an agency app, we have a caregiver app, and we have a family app. And the reason we decided off the bat to have the mobile applications as well is that we understand that in this kind of business, especially for the business owners, you have to be transient. You're always moving from one location to the other. And for us, the knowledge transfer cannot wait for you to go back to your desk. It's important for us to know that you have all the administrative tasks at hand, either on your mobile phone or on your iPad. We want to know that if you need to communicate a change in status about one of your clients, say, maybe they were on a regular diet and now they're on a soft diet, that information needs to be delivered immediately. So it was important for us to make that available.
So if I had just started, or I'm considering starting a home health business, or even have an agency already, how do I get involved?
So if you're starting out, I would suggest that you first go to empathyalgorithm.com. You sign up, subscribe to be getting, updates when I do the blog posts, and that will basically just give you ideas and extra tips and kind of try to move you in the direction that would enable you to get started as the kind of footing that would help you to have a strong foundation. If you already have an agency, you can go and download the app either on the App Store or on Google Play, Empathy Agency. And we actually give a 30-day trial for you to download the app. You're able to use it, see all the features, and see how easy it makes life be. And I think we're confident in what we've created, and that's why we're saying you could try it risk-free at 30 days. And it's with this being a lucrative business in terms of money, we also want to make sure that it's not just money driven. It's about improving the quality of lives of those that we're taking care of. So for me, it's especially important to be able to teach that concept of empathy to the agencies and to the caregivers, because once you're able to give good care, and then everything else follows, really.
That makes perfect sense. Are you able to provide these services to businesses nationwide?
Yes, so we are available anywhere. We have a team that is a customer service team that is available 24/7. Currently, I am very accessible as well. So if you have any questions, I am very big on us growing together. As a company, we're still new, but I believe that we can all grow, and it's a pie that's big enough for all of us to share. So if you guys have feedback, questions, just let us know.
Awesome, awesome. So what can our audience, how can we help you? What is your immediate need?
So I think the biggest need for me is as for people to dignify caregiving. A lot of the times when people think of working in a nursing home or working in a retirement community, a lot of people think of it as a craft that is kind of very low tier. But there are a lot of people who are in it because they love taking care of others. And I think if your viewers and everybody else who will see this, the first step would be to dignify the craft, because if we dignify the craft, then we would have more people joining it and people looking at it as an actual career. Because a lot of people look at it as a vehicle to something else. But with the stats that are there in this business at this time, we're looking at upward mobility, and we're looking at stability in terms of a career that will span for at least another 4 or 5 decades.
Mm. And speaking of another 4 or 5 decades, where do you see empathy in the future or in the years to come?
So I might be biased. I see this as a publicly traded company, but my feelings aside, I look at this as a vehicle for women empowerment. A lot of the women that are providing the direct care are not the big beneficiaries, so to speak, of the kind of numbers that we were talking about earlier. So for me, it's important to look at this from the lens of how many more women can I inspire and convince to join this space, not just as an employee of a nursing home, but as a business owner. So I want to look at empathy as that vehicle that pushes somebody else that looks like me to be able to say, you know what, I can, if she can do it, then I can do it as well. I want this to reach as many women as possible to know that there's an opportunity here and you need to grab it.
Well, that's amazing. Well, thank you so much, Keziah, for your time. Wish you all the best for your business. Are there any other last words of advice for any entrepreneurs out there that you want to send out?
Yeah, sure. So I'm always looking at life as being a vehicle, being really somebody who is there for a purpose. And when I look at this, I want to look at it as, how would I want somebody to treat me when I age?
Right.
And I want to treat somebody that way today. I believe in karma also. So if you're watching this, look at caregiving from a different lens. It's not just about showers and bathroom changes. There's a lot more to caregiving, and it's very satisfying as well.
Right. Great advice. Well, thank you so much again for your time, and best of luck, and you have a great rest of the day.
Thank you. You as well. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course, my pleasure. Take care.
Take care. Okay, bye.
Bye.